Look at them, y'all. It looked like Benny spit this boy out. Tiny, you got some explaining to do.
This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Y'all, the rumors are starting with T.I. The rumors are starting with T.I. It's coming out that King is not his son.
King Harris has been setting the internet on fire with headlines nobody expected, and every day the drama keeps getting wilder. The latest buzz? People are whispering that T.I might not even be King's real father. This shocking rumor spread like wildfire right after the two clashed in public at an Atlanta Falcons game. Can you picture it? One of hip-hop's most famous families being ripped apart by fights, live streams, and jaw-dropping revelations. It all kicked off when King, already infamous for his hot temper, got caught on Instagram Live, screaming back and forth with a man in the stands. Instead of backing off, King just kept shouting, "I stand on business," like he had something to prove to the whole world. But I wasn't having it. He stepped in and told his son straight up that he was embarrassing the family by trying way too hard to look tough. Things blew up so bad that T.I even put King in a headlock right there in front of everybody, reminding him who really runs the house. But King wasn't done. Just hours later, he hopped on Instagram and blasted his dad with bold lines like, "I don't care who you are. I'm a grown man. Now, if I was a mistake, say that." That raw statement had fans gasping. Was this just a rich kid lashing out, or was something deeper bubbling under the surface? And let's not forget, this wasn't King's first time wilding out in public. Folks still remember when he went off on Waffle House employees, talking down to them like he was untouchable. Just because his dad is T.I, shockingly, the rapper actually defended his son's reckless behavior instead of checking him, and that only made King look even more entitled. At one point, King even shouted, "Come get me from my grandma's house," like he was trying to play victim when things didn't go his way. Then came another scandal, the homeless man incident. King dared a struggling man to eat a banned chip without water for 5 minutes for just $50.
A day in my life. I used to have to come to my grandma's house.
The man was clearly in pain, but instead of showing any kind of heart, King laughed it off like it was all a big joke for his entertainment. Fans lit him up online for being cold, but King refused to apologize, standing tall like he was too important to admit he was wrong. And now, after his meltdown at the Falcons game, King is accusing T.I of abandoning him in the hood and even abusing him, claims many fans brushed off as pure clout chasing since he grew up in a gated mansion with a millionaire father. But then the receipts started dropping, and they showed King actually spent most of his childhood living with his grandmother in the hood. Even though his parents had money, that twist had everybody shocked. King was different from the other kids in the neighborhood, not because of struggle, but because he had all the luxuries handed to him. Yet he still wasn't growing up under T.I.'s roof. King even admitted it himself. He mostly saw his dad when the cameras were rolling for the family's reality show, Family Hustle. And as soon as the cameras shut off, he was right back at his grandma's house. And here's the kicker. He wasn't the only one. Reports claim none of T.I.'s kids actually lived with him full-time. They were only pulled in when it was time to film, then sent back to wherever they stayed. Even Zonique, Tiny's daughter, revealed she mostly lived with her grandmother, while T.I and Tiny were out traveling and living their best life. With all this coming out, fans started dragging T.I for neglecting his kids behind the scenes while painting a perfect family picture for TV. The perfect family image on TV started to crack wide open when the biggest bomb dropped. Whispers that King had told friends I wasn't his real father at all.
This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show.
According to the rumors, That's why King blows up whenever T.I. tries to show him love in public. It feels forced because behind closed doors, their bond just isn't real. Then things got even messier. Photos of a man named B. Anthony went viral, and fans couldn't ignore the crazy resemblance between him and King. The internet lit up, speculating if Tiny had history with B, and if this man could actually be the real father behind King Harris's identity crisis. Suddenly, the drama wasn't just about a rebellious son wilding out. It turned into a story about family secrets, hidden truths, and a young man feeling like an outsider in his own home, despite being born into fame and fortune. And that's the heartbreaking part. King might be surrounded by money and fame, but his childhood was split between the hood at his grandma's house and the spotlight of his parents' celebrity world. All of this left King scarred and desperate for answers. The deeper people dig into his story, the more it feels like a messy reality show, except this one is playing out in real life, unfiltered.
Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. Yeah, come get me from my grandma.
After that Falcons game blow up, the narrative flipped from spoiled celebrity kid to whispers of broken family secrets, and now everyone's dissecting every detail. King's claim that he was stuck in the hood while his dad lived it up in luxury has fans split right down the middle. Some argue he's just exaggerating to boost his rap image, painting himself as a street-bred underdog in the music game, but others point to footage and family testimonies showing a different reality. The truth? King really did spend most of his childhood with his grandmother in the hood, while his bond with T.I. felt more like staged TV moments than a real father-son relationship. And when you throw in the whispers that I might not even be his biological father, this whole saga blows up into a full-on scandal that nobody can look away from. King's wild outbursts, like when he snapped on T.I. saying, "Stop making the world think you with me when you don't," suddenly hit way harder once people started believing the rumors. And you already know the internet detectives went straight to work, pulling up side-by-side photos of B. Anthony and King Harris. And the resemblance had folks shook. Fans plastered the pictures online with captions like, "Y'all telling me this ain't King's real daddy?" And the comments went insane. But here's the part that really had people buzzing. Tiny, King's mom, has never publicly shut this down. If she had stepped up with a clear denial, maybe the noise would have cooled off. But her silence only made the speculation grow louder. Meanwhile, King keeps adding fuel with how he moves in public. From talking down to Waffle House workers to setting up that cruel chip challenge for a homeless man, he's making himself look reckless, like he's chasing controversy instead of finding his real voice. Critics are saying straight up that he's acting out for clout, hoping it's the shortcut to push his rap career forward.
So I would say what hurt me would be like, I'm honestly like my mom being like with Tip all the time.
Damn.
Like,
Timestamp that.
not
I
time
got
step
you.
that. I feel
I
like
got you.
even now and today, like that's how it is. Like they're just tied to the hip. But now I'm grown, so it's like I can't really. But it's like they'd rather go places with each other. So anytime he gotta go, she gotta go. She gotta go, he go. It's just like.
But some argue that what we're really seeing is pain talking. The pain of not having a steady father figure and always feeling like he has to prove he's tough enough to stand on his own. Every time King screams, "I stand on business," it sounds less like confidence and more like a shield he's hiding behind. It feels like a cry for respect, not just from strangers, but from his own father. That Falcons game moment exposed it all. King shouting, "I checking him," then the headlock that instantly turned into a viral meme of the week. To the public, it looked like discipline gone left. But to King, it felt like pure humiliation. That's why his Instagram rant afterward cut so deep. He basically told the world he feels like a mistake, a child only acknowledged when the cameras are rolling, not out of real love. And let's be real, King isn't the only one with scars. Zonique once admitted she stayed with her grandma because Tiny and T.I. were too busy traveling. That paints a raw picture of parents building their empire while the kids were left to figure out life without steady guidance. Fans who grew up watching Family Hustle are now waking up to the idea that the happy family they saw on VH, one might have been more smoke and mirrors than real life. And that truth hits hard, because people invested years believing in that picture-perfect image. But what takes this whole saga to another level is how T.I. has handled it all. Sometimes he rushes to defend King, like in the Waffle House mess, brushing off his son's disrespect like it was nothing. Other times, he embarrasses him on the spot, like at the Falcons game, making King feel singled out and exposed. That back-and-forth parenting just makes the rift between them even bigger. And when you add in the paternity rumors, suddenly every hug on camera looks staged. Critics are calling it fake, while others claim King's outbursts are him spilling the real truth. It's a cycle of mistrust that keeps playing out for the world to see. And the rap community has definitely noticed. Instead of people judging King on his bars, they're questioning whether he's really from the streets, if he's just another entitled kid, and even if T.I. is really his father. The skepticism around King is so heavy that it's shaping his whole image before his music even gets a fair shot. Some say this is the curse of being born to celebrity parents. No matter what moves you make, the public already wrote the script for your life. But in King's case, that script is dripping with rumors of betrayal, absent parenting, and questions about who he really is. That's heavy baggage for any young artist trying to carve out his own lane. Now the real question is, where does King Harris go from here? His story has blown past regular family drama. It's become a real-life case study of what happens when fame, money, and broken bonds collide in the spotlight. On paper, King's life should look perfect. His dad, a legendary rapper, his mom, a successful singer, and the Harris name stamped in hip-hop culture forever. But the reality tells a whole different story. Growing up split between two worlds, the hood with his grandma and the flashy spotlight of T.I. and Tiny's fame, left King battling an identity crisis that keeps exploding in public. One day he's flexing as the son of a rap legend. The next, he's trying to convince everyone he's a product of the struggle. That back and forth leaves fans confused, but it also explains why King lashes out so often. He's trying to build a narrative that feels real to him, even if it clashes with the life people think he lived. And maybe that's why he's so drawn to conflict and chaos. It guarantees the spotlight stays on him while he wrestles with who he really is. But we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the rumor that T.I. might not be his biological father. True or not, it's already shaping how people see their bond. Every hug, every fight, every Instagram rant now gets filtered through suspicion. And if King truly feels T.I. isn't his real dad, then his rebellious streak stops looking like immaturity and starts looking like years of resentment boiling over. Think about it. The world sees T.I. as your father, but behind the scenes, you feel neglected or abandoned. That's enough to spark the kind of rage we keep seeing from King. And when pictures of B. Anthony surfaced, the resemblance lit the internet on fire, giving people proof they could latch onto. In today's online world, once fans believe a rumor, it spreads like wildfire, and King can't escape it. Now, every single move he makes gets picked apart, not just as a young rapper chasing his come-up, but as a son tangled in a messy family secret. That's heavy baggage for anyone, especially someone still trying to carve their own path in music. But here's the flip side. Scandals like this can destroy you, or they can skyrocket your career. Some artists flip the pain into power, turning raw struggles into music that feels real and connects with fans. If King decides to tap into that truth, whether it's about growing up without his dad's presence, feeling abandoned, or constantly fighting for respect, he could build a lane that sets him apart from everybody else. The industry craves authenticity, and while King's journey is chaotic, it's undeniably real. People connect with rawness, and if he channels his pain into music, he could drop tracks that hit people straight in the chest. But if he keeps moving recklessly, disrespecting workers, mocking the homeless, and chasing clout, his whole image could crash before his music ever gets a fair shot. Right now, King's at a crossroads. He can either fade into history as just another celebrity kid remembered for drama, or he can rise from the chaos and demand respect through his talent. And let's not forget, T.I. has a role to play in all this too. If he really wants to repair things with his son, it has to go deeper than TV shows, staged hugs, or headlocks in public. That kind of discipline just cuts the wounds deeper. What King seems to crave most is real consistency, love and guidance behind the cameras, not just for the world to see. Biological or not, T.I. has the chance to prove himself as the man King can lean on, instead of the figure King feels forced to fight against. Because let's be honest, a father-son bond has always been about more than blood. At the end of the day, it's not just about blood, it's about presence, respect, and trust. And until that's fixed, the drama will keep boiling over and the headlines won't stop. Fans are locked in because this story is raw, unpredictable, and packed with secrets. The Harris family once sold the world a picture-perfect image on TV. But now the cracks are wide open for everybody to see, and King's entire future is hanging in the balance. Will he rise up and become a respected artist with his own lane? Or will he end up as just another cautionary tale of fame, family, and broken bonds? One thing's for sure. This won't be the last time we hear King Harris, T.I., and the family drama that refuses to stay behind closed doors. So what's your take on King's situation? Reckless behavior or a cry for help? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with your people so you don't miss what's coming next.